My name is Liam Pepper and I've chosen the Varroa mite as my topic because I have an interest in the honey industry and the Varroa mite is considered to be its deadliest enemy. I also have an interest in perhaps finding a career in this industry in the future. A brief explanation of Varroa mites. They are roughly 1 millimeter in size, reddish in colour, and have multiple feelers, and live externally as a parasite on a honeybee. Although Varroa mites live off adult honeybees, they mainly feed on larvae and pupae within the hive, which results in disfigurement in adult bees and transmitting various diseases and viruses within the hive. Varroa mites often slip in unnoticed on the back of honeybees like a tick, and once inside they reproduce, feeding off the larvae and the pupae and eventually off the blood of the adult honeybees in the later stages of their life cycle. Colonies with low infestation generally show very few symptoms. However, as the mite population increases, symptoms become more apparent. Heavy Varroa mite infestations can build up to 3 to 4 years and cause scattered brood, crippled and crawling honeybees, impaired flight performance, a lower rate of return to the colony after foraging, a reduced lifespan, and a significantly reduced weight of worker bees. Varroa infestation growth is based on the number of female mites within the bee colony, along with the availability of food such as the brood, larvae, and pupae. It also depends on how many Varroa mites enter the hive as well on the backs of honeybees. Bees suffer from a reduced lifespan, prolonged absences from the colony, lower rate of return, and an inability to navigate properly. Another effect is with increased infestation, this results in reproductive capacity decreasing, eventually destroying the hive. The effect of the Varroa can vary. In Asia and Europe, bees are more accustomed to Varroa mites. However, Varroa is exotic to countries such as Australia and would tend to have a greater effect. Small numbers of Varroa show no obvious harm, but with an increase in population over 2 to 3 years, this can eventually destroy a bee colony. Varroa mites are easily spread within the hive and they are mobile. They can easily live off brood and reattach themselves to adult honeybees. Colonies can also infect other non-infected colonies naturally if bees rob infected hives. Beekeepers can also potentially infect colonies with infected combs or introduced infected bee populations. There are a number of methods to detecting the spread of Varroa. However, it can have an effect on the bees as well as often killing them. These methods include sugar shaking, alcohol washing, drone uncapping, colony examination, and sticky mat examination. However, in a large scale choosing a method that doesn't require a lot of time or doesn't need to be done frequently is important to a beekeeper. Varroa mites pose a big problem not only for beekeepers but also most horticultural industries who rely on bees to pollinate plants, and other food systems will be impacted, such as crops. Varroa mites killing bees and further infecting hives will result in a lack of honey being produced, further increasing the price of honey, which will negatively impact consumers. Honey is also consumed by animals, and with a lack in wild honey, a decline in animals could follow as well. Cost of control can also result, with hobbyist beekeepers being unable to provide the cost and time. This can also affect large-scale businesses who may not be able to provide the costs and the time that is needed to look after this situation. Chemical residues that are applied may cause consumers to become nervous when buying a honey product, which could result in a decrease in consumption, furthering beekeepers' losses. Varroa mites may build a resistance to chemicals as well in future, and it is ideal to swap between the chemicals and using the correct application. These are my resources that I have found in my assignment, and that is my seminar. Thank you.